going to be talking about something that's very much just obviously possibility, kind of thinking about things in terms of production in the future, but it's kind of Tara's future going into Scream 7, and with Jenna Ortega playing her, what we may get with what scheduling may look like. With Jenna Ortega having such a packed schedule, you know, she's got Beetlejuice and Wednesday coming up, as well as fitting in what I guess will be Scream 7 and possibly filming as well this year. It is looking like it will be a little bit of a squeeze for us to get Jenna Ortega playing Tara again, should we go at like a relatively similar pace that we did from 5 to 6, which could that mean that the easiest way for them to implement Tara in with Jenna's schedule would be to make her, unfortunately, possibly the opening kill. Obviously, it would mean significantly less filming time for Tara, potentially. Depending on the scene, obviously, it could still take weeks. And just going off that as a possibility, while I really want Tara in this film, I love Jenna Ortega's character in Scream. I think keeping her around, with the burst that she's had onto the acting scene, would be a really good thing to keep her around. And in Scream, she's a very, very big draw. But with that being said, if they did go and kill her off in the opening, this would set a real dark mood for the rest of this film. I think watching and seeing how the others cope with the possible loss of her could make for a very dark film, which I am more than open to. You know, I think if you just think about that for a little while, like, does it warrant losing Jenna Ortega and Tara as character? In my opinion, I'd rather not. But having said that, the kind of shock value it would be and the tone that it would set for the rest of that film would be incredible. You know, I think we'd see a completely different side to Sam. You know, we've seen her have this dark edge, but I think we'd get like a full-on massacre from Sam almost, trying to hunt this ghost face down. But that doesn't have to be the case. Obviously, Jenna Ortega is busy, yes, but there's also still a lot that's going to be going into Scream 7. We're very, very early. You know, there's still a lot to even be confirmed. There's a writer strike going on at the moment, which, you know, could implement into when this is even going to start filming. You know, possible production company changes, whatever it may be. I think something can definitely be worked out, and I think in a way it needs to be worked out almost, if it can be, because I think losing Neve Campbell in the last one, building up to that film, was such like a unsure place to be. I felt like for a certain stage, you know, I didn't know whether the film was going to hold its own and stuff like that. I was a little bit skeptical definitely at first, but I think what they did was great. And if we didn't get Neve Campbell in the next one, I think as long as it was mutually a good decision between Neve and the kind of franchise going forward, I'd be happy for Neve to maybe even keep that step back and maybe not be in this one, as long as it is for the right reasons and it's not that, you know, she's written in a good way but they won't give her that money, or what, you know, whatever the situation is. If it's something like that, not happy about it. But I think with what we got and them kind of creating and forming the core four of the last film, I think us keeping that is vital, at least for the next film. You know, like, we got them kind of built together now. I feel like Chad came across a completely different way in this film. He was so much more likable. And, you know, for his relationship with Tara as well to just be kind of taken within one film, especially with her being the opening kill, like, yeah, it's still going to hit hard because of the kind of relationship I feel like we all formed with their characters from the last film. But that could be made so much better, you know. It's kind of like a Gale and Dewey type thing, I feel like it could be, you know, two very big characters that, you know, they just gravitate together. I feel like that could be something a lot more. So yeah, all we can really do is see. Obviously, again, this is very early on. I'm only kind of making this video just to speak about like little possibilities, and I did find it quite interesting thinking about her being an opening kill and the kind of movie we would get from that. But yeah, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Obviously, again, I believe Melissa Barrera also has a horror film that she's going to be working on this year as well. So there's a lot to figure out really, and I'm sure what is right will be worked out, I hope. But yeah, let me know down in the comments below what you think to that as like a storyline, you know, Tara being kind of wiped out really early on, or any other ideas that you have. Leave them down in the comments below.